Hey, sixth grade. Oops, get you settled there. All right, hi, sixth grade. Today, your assignment is lesson 8, and it's talking about singular or indefinite pronouns and subject and verb agreement. All right, so we've talked about this before about how a sentence is kind of like a seesaw, and the subject and verb need to be balanced. Remember, the subject and verb are like your foundation of your sentence, and if they aren't balanced, then the rest of your sentence gets off. Okay, just like if you try to. Another example would be if you try to build a foundation, a wobbly foundation, your house probably isn't going to stand very long. Okay, so we know that if we have a singular subject, hopefully you can see this, is kind of small. A singular subject, you need to have a singular verb. Okay? If you have a plural subject, you need to have a plural verb. All right? So that's how we keep our sentence seesaw balance. All right? So we're going to look at this in relation with the indefinite pronouns that we've learned. So we've talked about two different kinds of independent clauses. We've talked about singular indefinite pronouns and plural indefinite pronouns. So I'm going to list off the singular indefinite pronouns and see if you can beat me. Let me get a drink first. All right, so see if you can beat me saying the singular indefinite pronouns. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. One, each, either, neither, someone, somebody, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, no one, nobody. All right, you probably beat me, so good job. I stumbled up a little bit there. But those are the singular indefinite pronouns. And when one of those functions as the subject of the sentence, then we need to use a singular verb. All right? And what gets confusing sometimes is when a prepositional phrase comes between the subject and the verb. All right? So let's look at my sentence here. One of the men is teaching. All right? So I have my singular indefinite pronoun there, one, and my verb is. Now, how do we know why isn't the men are? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because men is plural, right? But we can't make men and is agree because they don't go together. One and is go together, okay? Of the men is a prepositional phrase. And remember, the subject of a sentence will never come where? In a prepositional phrase, right? We've talked about that. So look for prepositional phrases between your subject and your verb, all right? So the subject isn't always right next to the verb, okay? So look carefully, look out for prepositions, and putting parentheses around them in your work it could be a big help for you. If you find the prepositional phrases first, and then find the subject and verb, that might be easier for you. All right. So one is a singular indefinite pronoun, so it needs a singular verb. All right, just like our seesaw up here, singular subject, singular verb. Okay, singular subject, singular verb. Now, we also talked about plural indefinite pronouns, and there are only 4 of these. Now I'm drawing a blank. Both, few, several, many. I need to say it in that order, I forget them. Both, few, several, many are the plural indefinite pronouns. And so here again, I have a sentence with an indefinite pronoun. This time it's plural. Several is plural, so we need to have a plural helping verb. Several are. Okay? And of the others is a prepositional phrase. So others is not our subject because it's coming in a prepositional phrase. several is the subject, and we need a plural verb are. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, 6th grade. Hopefully you could see it. I can't tell if my board is on the screen on the shot the whole time or not, but hopefully you're able to see that, and hopefully that makes sense to you. Just remember that the subject and verb need to agree, and it's like keeping a seesaw balance. Okay? So I hope you have a great day, 6th grade, and I'll see you tomorrow.